Hey, this is CJ.
And I'm Reimy.
And you're listening to Jam Chats
on BYU Radio. Today's guest, Ryan Innes.
Baby, I hope that I will rise, 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 rise through the water. Maybe I'm a monster. I need closure.
Ryan Innes is a soulful singer-songwriter from Thatcher, Arizona. You might recognize him from The Voice, where he turned all four chairs with his performance of Gravity.
Ryan's original music has been featured on Netflix, NBC, and even the Super Bowl. Today, we'll talk to him about finding purpose through music and rediscovering yourself through hardship.
And of course, he'll be playing live in the Jam Chat studio. Stick around.
It's gonna take a bit of work.
Ryan Innes, thank you so much for being here on Jam Chats.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
We've been looking forward to this one for a long time. Ryan, tell us about, just start at the very beginning of your life.
Born and raised in Arizona. Man, was there for majority of my life. Was over in Gilbert, Arizona for a long time, but was born in Safford, on the southeast corner of the state. We moved back when I was probably in like 5th grade. I was the oldest of the family. My mom was very interested in keeping me busy. She had me audition for something called the Phoenix Boys Choir. It's where before your voice is changed.
Oh, one of those.
It's one of those, yeah. And you're like wearing the robes, right? And you're like ringing the bells and singing Handel and at the Messiah. So it was like the full-blown like Vienna Boys Choir. It's just happening in Phoenix, Arizona. So I did that for, I think, 2 or 3 years, and she'd have to drive me every Tuesday from Gilbert, Arizona, all the way out to Phoenix and back. It was like a big commitment for my mom. But I think that was kind of the beginning of music becoming more than just a singing at church thing. Or when we moved back over to a town just next to Safford called Thatcher, Arizona. And that was a really fun place to grow up because it has everything available for you. There's only like 5,000 people. So I could play sports. Football was like my jam. And then I could also be in the choir. And then you could go throw stuff off the bridge out in the middle of nowhere and ride 4-wheelers and, the whole...
What did you throw off the bridge?
I mean, anything we could find, or, whatever we're trying to get rid of because, It was just the dumb thing to do. You just go throw stuff off the bridge. It doesn't even have to be cool. You're just like, we're going to go to the bridge and throw stuff because we're dudes.
That's actually kind of amazing.
Honestly, it's a great childhood.
So you throw stuff off the bridge, you played football.
Yeah, I was singing in church. I was singing in the choir. I was singing at everybody's wedding. My mom would like, hey, my son's for hire, or, just feed him. And
But there was a time, I assume, that you went from this boys choir where you were a soprano and then boom, you got this Ryan Innes voice that everybody knows.
I think the first inkling that I ever had was in high school. We were doing just a normal choir kind of setup, and it was like a Negro spiritual. And I'd never really delved into African-American music. It wasn't something I'd ever been really exposed to other than loving Boys to Men, because that was like my first wow, people can sing like this and harmonize like this. And so I got a solo in that choir, and I remember something kind of welled up in me, and I dug in on this solo, and there was something there that I had never really tapped into before. I had never taken voice lessons before. Actually, I had never took voice lessons until I got to BYU in 2005. I think that was the beginning of me kind of understanding, there's more here. That was the beginning of, that's the first memory I have where I can remember my voice showing up.
So Ryan, speaking of discovering your voice, I think our listeners need to discover your voice right now. Let's play something off a record.
Okay.
What do you want to play?
I'm going to take it back a little bit. It's actually a single that I put out. It's called You Are Gold. And it's a funny story. I was a working musician trying to make a living, and there's this thing called catalog music, right? Write a song, sell it to somebody, they're going to use it and try and put it in film, TV, commercials, whatever. I wrote this song, and I was so attached to it that I did not want to give it up to the catalog that was asking. So this was the first song. I had a bunch of songs I was supposed to turn in. And because of this song, I said, you know what? I'm good. I'm not doing this catalog thing. I don't want to give up my songs as I start writing these out. And I was younger in my career where I was a little more precious about songs. And this one was really fun because I got to collaborate with a guy named Joshy Soul. Have you heard of Joshy?
Oh, yeah.
Love
Joshy
Josh.
Soul, and Norbert is his name, but Norbert Bueno. crazy bass player. So he did the production. Josh, he helped with a lot of the key work, and then we wrote it together. So this is You Are Gold.
All right, well, let's jump in. Everybody, this is You Are Gold by Ryan Innes. You're listening to Jam Chats on BYU Radio. Some soul in it, man.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
So Ryan, when you hear an old track like this, how do you feel about that now?
That was really fun because I can hear my voice being in a little different space. It's not as gruff. It's soul, but it's, you'll hear more stuff later. So I can hear my voice kind of being younger. I can hear that we were trying to make it just simple. I wasn't trying to overthink it. You'll hear songs later that have way more involved production and all these things going on. This one was just straight ahead, and that was just real fun. And
just old school, right?
Just old school, yeah. And the concept You Are Gold just kept coming back as like, gold is what it is. You don't have to explain beyond that. You are gold. So
Ryan, we've been talking about your childhood, getting right up to college, and at this point, you were playing football and music was a family thing and it was a hobby. But when did you become a singer-songwriter and play and sing and write music? When did that happen?
So man, when I was first thinking about having a career in general, it was going to be medicine actually. And I have a pre-med degree. And when I graduated, I thought I was going to go into business and I was going to take the MCAT and then I was going to go be a pediatrician. But as I got into my degree with University of Phoenix, and I was just not happy. I wasn't doing music anymore, and I had a buddy that said he's coming up here to BYU to study something called media music, and I was so jealous of him. And a year later, I followed him up. I was like, you know what? I got to give this a shot.
That's a huge change.
It was a huge change. And there was some stuff in the middle there that showed me that this was the path that I should take. It was, an email from my grandma, a couple of videos that someone sent over, just sitting with how happy I was and wasn't. And in the middle of all that, I also had a major engagement that was broken off.
Oh, wow.
And life just kind of like parted ways. And I was like, this isn't happening. You're not getting married. You're not going into medical school because you actually hate all this stuff, and you don't want to stick around in Arizona. I was looking for something else, and music was always a thing hanging in the background, something I loved but never thought of as a career. And so I left and I applied to BYU and I got into the media music program. And so that began the very first journey into becoming Ryan Innes, the singer-songwriter, whatever that is.
Yeah. Wow.
And so I had a chance to take songwriting classes. I had a chance to be a part of Vocal Point. And I found my voice in there, singing a lot of solo stuff and trying songs out and being on the road. And I started playing out here in the Velour, here in Provo.
Yeah.
And I started kind of doing the thing and things started happening. Things started working. And I learned how to play the piano and sing while I was here.
Together.
Never done it together until I moved up here because I started writing songs. And I was the only one that knew how I wanted them to sound. So I started just figuring out chords because I knew piano enough and then I could sing. So I was like, it just naturally kind of developed into I'm playing my own songs and singing my own songs at the same time.
You said that you started writing music. When did your love of music, of performing and singing and playing, turn into you actually writing down lyrics and doing songwriting?
So I guess some of my first songs that really kind of came out of me were in the songwriting class that I took with Ron Simpson.
Oh, cool.
Right.
Bless his heart. Rest in peace, Mr. Ron Simpson. And he pushed me on some songs, and I wrote my very first one called Pretty People. And I do not have that queued up to be able to play. That's the perfect, I haven't played it or sung that song in a long time. I just kind of remembered it just now.
Right there.
It was about watching all the beautiful people on campus. I think it was like, look at all the pretty people. And it had like this wanderings, almost like Willy Wonka. Like you can hear that in there, right? And I was like so wandering. I was still definitely discovering who I was as a songwriter. So that one just came out and I would just chase ideas rather than being wholly intentional about what I need this to sound like. And that's how I started Pretty People. I was just, oh, this is happening because I'm sitting on a bench. Okay. So I just let it come.
That's amazing.
I think that's really cool that it just kind of came to you, because I think some people, they try to sit down and write a song and they're just like, I don't even know where to go. So
yeah, songwriting, it seems to be such a craft of discovery. For me now, it's more of a discovery than it is a force. I'm not trying to force anything anymore.
So Ryan, we've been talking about you playing and singing and writing. I'd love to jump in and listen to you play live.
Let's do it.
What do you have for us?
I think this first one will be something called Lightning. A song called Lightning.
Lightning. Tell us a bit about lightning.
Lightning is when you love something, but it feels dangerous.
Oh, this is a good kind of, this is a good tee off for this song. Mm-hmm. I don't think we should even say anything else. We should just have him play it.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about it.
Let's do it.
Let's get you on the piano.
Let's do it.
Everybody, this is Lightning by Ryan Innes.
Storms rolling in, I can see it on your face. Lucky for you, you're the storm that I chased. It's getting tough, oh Lord, I can see. Honey, let it go and bring that storm over me. Your love is lightning. It's beautiful and it's frightening. Your love is lightning. If it only strikes once, let it strike me. Clouds are gathering in our bedroom. The smell of rain is my favorite perfume. I hear thundering all over my head. I know it's coming, I just ain't seen it yet. Your love is lightning. Oh, it's beautiful and it's frightening. Your love is lightning. But if it only strikes once, let it strike me. let it strike me. Let it strike me. Let it strike me. Your love is lightning. Oh, it's crazy, but it's exciting. Your love is lightning. And if it only strikes once, let it strike me. Your love is lightning. Oh, your love is lightning. Oh, your love is lightning.
Reimy, I'm going to need a moment after that one. Man, that was
Please, take it.
beautiful. Man,
Heck yeah.
those lyrics are passionate, bro.
Come on now.
Yeah. Your love is like lightning.
Your love is lightning. It's beautiful and it's frightening.
Oh, that's incredible.
And if it only strikes once, let it strike me.
So you wrote that song?
No, I actually didn't write this one.
Oh, okay. Tell us
Yeah.
about that.
So my good friend Scott Shepard and Catherine Papworth, they wrote this song. And they had it for a project and it just didn't work for them. So like, dude, would you like to, kind of jump in on this and make it your own, lend your voice to it? And I was like, you know what? When a song is that good,
So good.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm not turning this down. And we're going to be probably recording it this year. But I like it because this is a way I discovered a song that didn't come from me.
Tell me how you were able to connect with this song. Was there something from your life?
It first started just with the craft. The song is just good.
Totally.
And then as I started digging into it personally, I could definitely resonate with the concept of something that feels just so right and good and like this momentary love and desire, but it's also a little dangerous.
Have you had that in your life?
Totally. Who hasn't?
Tell us about that. If you can.
Okay. Are you trying to get vulnerable with me right now? You're trying
Hey, man.
Welcome to the
pull this
chatting
out.
portion.
Oh, geez. I don't have anything queued up for that. I'm going to have to dig. So it's going to be real.
Let's get it.
I think for me, because the song itself is talking about a relationship, right? You can hear him talking about how the smell of clouds is his favorite perfume. I think for me, it was this idea of, it was enticing to me to let go of old things and see something new coming in that was kind of dangerous. So it wasn't relationship based for me in that way. It was more about the enticement of something that feels dangerous, which was a new kind of paradigm, a new heart. So yeah, the song for me, even though it's based in a relationship thing, it's more about relationship to something else.
Isn't it funny how songs have double meanings to people, or like even the artist who plays them? And that's why I love music so much. You dig deeper and you pull back the layers, and then it's like, oh, I can apply this to my own life.
I also think that a great song will allow for that space to be interpreted. That people aren't loving that song because they just saw the story that you played out and are like so enamored with what you said. They're attaching to it with their own story. Whoever's going to attach to it in a way, the song opened that up for them to be able to do it. And so
I love that. I love that. Well, I want to shift gears a little bit, Ryan. I want to talk about an experience you had that I think probably if you were to Google Ryan Ennis, then a lot of your known nationally might come from this, which is your appearance on The Voice.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that for a minute. Tell us about that experience.
Let's dig in. So that was 2013, and it was pretty early on, obviously. And I was, I got a chance to be on the show, and it was like the fifth time I've tried out for a show like that. The third time that I tried out for The Voice.
So why did you want to be on The Voice?
I didn't at that point.
Yeah.
So I had tried out so many times, and I was kind of over needing a show to validate me. The Voice was just an opportunity to have it get some exposure.
Exactly.
So I happened to be in LA at the time that the auditions were happening. And I reached out to a friend of mine who had, I guess, was connected in some way. And I got an audition, a private audition, instead of having to wait in that big, long cattle line.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because if I had to wait in the line, I wasn't going to do it. And I showed up and I kind of did not care anymore. But I was going to show up and sing. Like, if you're going to put me in a room and I have to sing, I'm going to do that well. But I don't care what comes of it anymore. I'm just here to, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, but it was unattached.
For our listeners, I know a lot of them would love to know kind of the behind the scenes of something like that.
Okay.
Can you just quickly tell us, like, pull back the curtain a little bit on that experience of what it's like to be on a national TV show like that?
So it looks nothing like it does on the show. You guys understand post-production and edits and, they take things from this and do it over here. So it was a hurry up and wait TV show. You get to the venue for your practice or for your wardrobe, and then you're sitting and waiting, especially in the beginning, for a long time to get your chance to go in and do whatever, and it takes 5 minutes, but there's 100 people. So in the beginning, it was a lot of hurry up and wait. You're chilling at the hotel, you're just kind of hanging out, and then all of a sudden it's a game time. You got to go do the thing, and it's crazy pressure, and then you're back to your hotel room. You're like, did that just happen? That was ridiculous.
A lot of time to sit and get nerves maybe for people.
Right, yeah. And so that was... I can give you an inside scoop here. When I had my audition to be on the show, there was 4 days of auditions, and they wouldn't let you know that you're going to be auditioning until the day before. So if you were on day 4, you didn't know until day 3. So everybody's just like on pins and needles. When am I going to go? When is this going to work? I was on the very first day, so I didn't have to worry about the waiting part. However, when we auditioned, I had to wait 8 hours in like a holding cell on Universal Studios.
That sounds horrible.
It was neon lights and like on a really uncomfortable couch and like a really crappy lunch. And it was just something that really was grating because I got 90 seconds.
Holy
I got to go, So now the show is turning into the thing that I was avoiding from the beginning, right? Yeah. No, I'm not going to do this. I don't care, whatever. I'm just show up and it worked for the audition. Now I'm getting pushed in the pressure cooker. I'm like, okay. So I still tried to keep my zen, still tried to not be so attached to everything. But if you go back and listen to my audition, the one that got me on the show, that got me the 4-chair turn, I have a massive crack right at the big note, right in the middle of the song. 2 people had already turned. So I was on the show, but then Usher and Shakira turned right when I just cracked.
Right when you cracked.
Yeah. But if you go back and you watch, they edit so you don't see it. Most people don't know because they can't hear it because they edit to my family that's reacting.
I'm going to go back and watch it.
And they turn that volume up.
Oh, yeah. Dang.
Yeah. So they did me a favor.
Because they wanted you on the show.
They wanted me on the show. They knew it was going to happen. I think they had a timeline and a narrative that it's a reality show, but they're still scripting, right? So I didn't get a chance to do my best even in my main audition, and I cracked.
Well, you didn't win The Voice.
Didn't win The Voice.
So you go on this show. Where did you land after you got home? What was kind of the next goal for you?
Well, I mean, everyone has a little more bigger aspirations now at that point because you have a little following. And I thought I'd come home, and we did a couple little tours here and there locally with some other contestants that were on the show from here. And then The Voice didn't do anything with us afterwards. They didn't have any tours. So it faded just a little bit. And you kind of became old news pretty quickly because they started going into 2 shows a year. Yeah. So they're on to the next thing. And then I was writing, and what the idea would be is to put out music and start singing. But it took me 5 years to make my first record.
Before we get too far into talking about this record, let's play something off this, shall we?
Yeah. This record is called The In-Between. I put this out in 2018. Big and fun would be I Need a Lover. A little more vibey, and this one was actually used on like a TV show called Restless. That's the one I was leaning towards.
Let's do
Restless.
Do number 2.
Let's do Restless.
Yeah. Everybody, this is Restless by Ryan Ennis. You're listening to Jam Chats on BYU Radio.
Buy a home, take out your loans, pick your things, just like the Joneses, cul-de-sac, your Cadillac, act like you want it to get promoted, suit and tie, your morning drive, pay the toll. You got trials, living large. You hit the bar, you're faking smiles, making it time. Been a little bit too long since I had dreams, since I had visions. Even when I close my eyes, still on that grind, still I won't listen. Stop where you are, sit in the silence, I live in the peace. working this hard, living so restless. On the run, but nothing's done. Checking screens, expecting money. Hate to wait for instant fame. You're on that BuzzFeed, but there's no honey. Another fix, but make it quick. Not what you need, but it's convenient. You're strung along, but acting strong. Been keeping secrets, and now you feel it. Been a little bit too long since I had dreams, since I had visions. Even when I close my eyes, still on that grind, still I won't listen. Stop where you are, take a breath and release. Sit in the silence and live in the peace. No one ever got too far, working this hard, living so restless. If we don't lay down our heads, we won't see the stars in heaven. If we never rest our eyes, what never sets will never rise. Been a little bit too long since I had dreams, since I had visions. Even when I close my eyes, I'm still on that grind, still I won't listen. Stop where you are, take a breath and release. Sit in the silence and live in the peace. No one ever got too far, working this hard, living so restless.
Incredible.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So who takes care of the business end of Ryan Innes?
Geez, for a minute I had a manager. For about 4 years I had a manager, but right now it's just me.
Yeah, is that hard to manage, the business end of it and trying to negotiate, placements and concerts and things like that, and then also trying to make music and just being an artist?
There's some aspects to it, but I've done it long enough that I like to have my hand in that. But when I work with like licensing stuff, I have agencies that are in the middleman between me, so I don't have to do all of that work.
That's kind of a superpower. I feel like you either have a musician who's really creative and amazing, and then you've got the business people, but you've got it all, Ryan.
Oh, well, that's not what my bank account says. Yeah, I would love to find that, get this to a big enough place where I have help, but I think I got to a point where I wanted to know and understand the business side of music enough so that I wasn't going to be taken advantage of and make dumb decisions and get into financial issues and stress my brains out. And, that really came to focus as I got married and thinking about, taking care of other people other than me. So the business side of music became just as kind of intriguing because now I could see where the money came from. I could see how that made sense. And I could see I could make better decisions about who I was going to work with and not work with. And yeah, so I think for anyone, if any musicians out there listening, and they want to be a full-time musician, you can't ignore the business side. You got to make a living. It's great that you have all these songs and feelings and artistic expression, but if you can't make a living off of it, because you want to, then you need to understand the business, or just let it be the thing that doesn't have business around it at all.
I actually really love that perspective.
Wise words. So Ryan, you've written a lot of these kind of ballads and these really emotional ones, but also some of your music's really produced, really highly produced. Tell us a bit about why you love going the extra mile. Why do you like that higher production?
I just think the songs will call for that bigger production, like because of the content we're talking about. But then the next song that maybe like I'm just having a good time, I'm just my life's great. I'm holding on to these good things that I love. It feels like the production needs to match that. So I don't really go the extra mile unless it's being called for by the song, right? This next song I think is what you're talking about. Yeah, it's called Holding. And it's got all the bells and whistles, and it just bangs. It's got all the horns in it you'd love.
Oh, okay. Now we're talking my language.
Reimy's a saxophone
I love
player.
all horns.
So also this song is probably super produced because the producer was like, I'm going to put horns on my song because that's what I do. So when you hear it, it feels right.
Is this a danceable one?
Totally.
All right, so if this is a dancing song, I want everybody who's listening to maybe kick off their shoes on this one.
Okay.
Turn it up. And this one's Holding by Ryan Innes. And you're listening to Jam Chats on BYU Radio.
Without someone like you, so I'm holding, baby, I'm holding. Yes, I'm holding on to the love that I got. I'm holding, I'm holding on to the love that I got right here. I'm always here to stay, right here by you. I won't have to dance alone, don't have to check my phone, just find someone like you. So I'm holding, baby, I'm holding. Yeah, I'm holding on to the love that I got. Yes, I'm
I'm going to clap. This deserves a clap, Reimy.
You delivered on that one.
That's a feel-good one.
Reimy and I have a rule that we don't clap in the studio because it's only us here.
It's just really awkward.
But Ryan, I don't know why we're wasting more time. We just should have you play the rest of the podcast episode. You are so fun to listen to. What's another song you could play live for us?
What feels right to play right now would be a song called Brother.
Now, let's have you just play this.
Okay.
We can all feel it, and then let's talk about it.
All right, you're listening to Jam Chats. We've got Ryan Innes live in the studio playing Brother.
Sometimes I remember the battles we fought. I thought they were pebbles, but they hit you like rocks, and I wish I knew back then. You carry those scars like a dead you were old. They cover my part, but I can't paint a ghost. Will we ever speak again? They say that only time will tell, but I'll keep your seat at the table till you come back. Meet me in the middle. I know that we're more like each other than what we've been. Can we start again? Will you be my brother? I wish that I didn't have to see all of these photos where you're supposed to be. Hollow hearts, all in line. I'm tired of wondering if you'll come around. The years have flown by and they're not slowing down. Is this hill too high to climb? They say that only time will tell, but I'll keep on waiting here till you come back. Meet me in the middle. I know that we're more like each other than what we've been. Can we start again? Will you be my brother? Come back. The door is still open. I'm ready to fix what is broken. We're better than former friends. Will you be my brother? Will you come back? Meet me in the middle. I know that we're more like each other than what we've been. Can we start again? Will you be my brother?
Whew. Yeah, that was obviously the lyrics. Tell us about that. That's about your brother?
It's definitely about my brother. And it's just, without going into details, without, overstepping the boundary for him, it's just about figuring out how to be a brother. And the line that really stuck with me came from a conversation that I had with my other brother. There's three of us. He just said something to the effect like, I feel like I have to ask my brother to be my brother. So I went out to Nashville to work on a bunch of other stuff, and someone threw out that title as an option for us to work on within the session that we're on. And I instantly knew that song was going to have to be written.
There's no question that being in a family can be messy.
Mm-hmm.
I've never met one family where the relationship's absolutely perfect.
Every family has something.
Every family has this. Why do you think that? Why do you think that maybe the people that are supposed to be close to you sometimes aren't?
Sometimes just because you're in the same family, from the same parents and the same culture and the same gene pool, whatever, doesn't mean you're the same. And there's enough difference in there that it didn't connect in the more, expected way. And then things happen that get said, and feelings get hurt, and those things can last and sit in the heart and chest for a long time. And I really do think that there's just so much in there that it's hard to unpack. And it becomes the kind of thing where it's easier to step away.
Yeah.
That just happens. And I know every time I've played that song, someone comes and talks to me about some scenario in their life, whether it's with family or close relationships, where there is someone that's missing, or someone that doesn't talk anymore, or someone that's not a part. And there's a million stories about that, but it's just, being humans and being full of emotions and life happening. Like it just is. It's just going to be that way. So it was the thing I needed to write. It was on my heart. It came up, and it was the song that needed to be written. So it was very healing for me and my family.
Do you love your brother?
Oh my gosh. Yes, I full-heartedly love my brother. And because of this experience, I've learned to love him more because I feel like I can understand him more. So I have a lot of love and empathy for him. And I hope in a future date that those things will play out into a way that makes it possible to connect in a big way again.
That's beautifully said.
Well, I think it's hard as a family because you're just thrown into a family, and you just got to deal with them. And I'm impressed that you can look at your relationship and go, well, I understand. Understanding's, I feel like, such a battle for so many people, is to truly understand what they're going through and to and have empathy.
Well, it's just taking time too. The song was part of that process of figuring that out. There's things that I learned through making that and writing that, and then conversations with other people and their families, conversations with my therapist. I'm a big believer in go get you some therapy.
Shout out to therapy.
Yes, sir.
Everybody.
Take the stories out of your head and start to, make sense of things instead of operating in those old pathways. So yeah, it's taking time. It's not like I'm here telling you, oh, everything's good. I feel things and I'm Mr. Zen. No, I had to go through the darkness of what it felt like to do that, but to not live there, not stay there. And
we kind of have a theme this season on Jam Chats where we talk to artists, and it does feel like almost every episode that it starts off like innocence. Innocence is there in their lives, in the artist. And then there's a major part of darkness that they had to go through. Why do you think we have to do that in life?
That's just what it means to be human. Like it's hard to be a human. And so if you're willing to engage with that, you're going to have to go through that dark night of the soul. And everyone will have their different experience of how they engage with that reality, your own personal reality of being a human.
So Ryan, talking about the darkness, talking about kind of pushing through that, do you have any songs that, you have experience with that you've written a song about?
Yeah, I definitely do. It's a song called Solid Ground.
Tell us about that song.
Solid Ground was born out of it was a trip to Nashville. I was meeting with a producer for the very first time. And this song I didn't fully write, but it was born out of the conversation that I had with the producer.
Well, I can't wait to hear you play it live.
Yeah, let's have you jump on the piano. Everybody, this is Solid Ground by Ryan Innes.
Grew up in a castle made of sand. A soldier at attention, ready to defend. I didn't ask the questions, I didn't dig deep down. I thought that I was standing on solid ground. Thought that I was standing on solid ground. Thought that I was standing on solid ground. I saw it from the distance, an errant tidal wave. As the waters rose, my foundations washed away. And then I asked the questions, and then I dug deep down. I learned I wasn't standing on solid ground. Learned I wasn't standing on solid ground. Learned I wasn't standing on solid ground. Now I'm fighting in the current, and I'm swimming in the deep, trying to keep my head up, but it's getting hard to breathe. I'm searching for the answers, but am I sinking down? I wish that I could find my own solid ground. Oh, I wish that I could find my solid ground. Whoa. I wish that I could find my own solid ground. Now I'm picking up the pieces to try to make a home. It may not be a castle, but I built it on my own. I still don't have the answers, but at least I found a place that I could call my solid ground. A place that I can call my solid ground.
Okay, I keep saying this, Reimy, to every song, but holy hell, I just need a moment after that.
Shoot, Ryan.
That's really, really heavy, and it's beautiful at the same time.
I think heavy, it can be beautiful when it's intended to be healing.
So tell us a little bit more about that song and how it came about.
Man, so that song was born out of a conversation that I had with the producer. We were just getting to know each other and sharing who we were and where we came from, what's going on, and just kind of that overview, right? And it landed into this space of understanding about some dark nights of the soul. And it was really making sense for both of us on a level that we were grappling with our faith. I think everybody has a moment where they have to figure out and understand that for themselves in a very real way. That was the song. And you listen to the lyrics and you'll figure out your own story and how that connects to you in your own way. Maybe it's not about your faith, but he wrote this song 20 minutes on his drive back from his house.
It's wild.
That's incredible.
He downloaded it and he's like, dude, I can't sing this. You have to sing this. Yeah. This song was born out of our conversations. Like, this song is the two of us. So in a very technical way, I didn't write the song, but man, it is in me and it's part of me, and it exists because of that conversation. So
I don't know how you get through this emotional of a song. Tell me what it was like to record this song.
Oh, so the recording that you actually can hear right now, I was staying at this studio because he has an apartment downstairs. He left to go home and I was staying at the studio. And what we decided to do was let me just have the room. He was going to just say, hit spacebar and start recording. Everything's live. We'll just get a good demo. But it's just you in the studio by yourself, doing as many takes as you want, continuous recording. And we did that and got the demo. And it was just like, okay, cool. And we felt it. We liked it. It felt like it represented the song. From there, we tried to re-record, go into the studio, get the instruments, get the players. We even went out to Nashville's Studio B.
Yeah.
Where RCA, where Elvis recorded. We tried to record in that room full of all of those amazing ghosts, and we could not get the same feeling that we got out of the demo. So what you guys hear online on Spotify or wherever is the recording of those demos that night when I was just by myself in the studio.
I love that.
And you'll hear the imperfections in the voice. There's little crackles here and there's little pitches, but it was so honest and so raw and so real that we just came back like, this is how it has to live. And you can hear, when I just performed it, there's just, how do you get through that song without having your voice trying to tell the story that's coming up in your heart? And you're like, oh, so yeah.
Yeah, I love that, the raw and the real part of recording. I'm an audio engineer, and I hate tuning vocals. I just think it always ruins it, I really hate making things perfect as an audio engineer. I hate making things perfect. And maybe as a parallel with faith, and I think also this life is sometimes messy when it comes to faith, when it comes to,
Yeah.
your relationship with God and things like that.
Yeah.
Would you tell us a little bit about your faith, how you feel about that?
Oh my gosh. What a question. I am still very curious. I'm not shut off. I'm not closed. I'm still learning. I'm still really inquisitive. I'm still asking. I'm still feeling. I'm still, the concept of God is still developing and becoming a thing in my life that it's gonna be kind of like the long game of a song.
You're almost treating it like your songwriting. You're still learning. You're still,
Yes.
pushing and looking, but finding yourself.
Well, you talked about earlier in the show, you talked about the process of songwriting, how you're just kind of sitting and waiting for things to distill and you're curating and things like that.
Yeah, I think it's, if you're being honest, is the way you do everything.
Yeah, I think as you get older, you realize nobody has all the answers. Nobody
has all
knows
the
what's
answers.
really.
Yeah.
That's a very honest look at it.
Yeah.
I think sometimes you got to be careful when someone says, I know everything about this.
Anyone that speaks in absolutes is like a major red flag. I'm out.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Ryan, I think that's maybe the perfect place to end this right here. And this has been wonderful to have you on the show. We've just absolutely been honored to have you on.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Man, it's been a pleasure. Thank you. It's fun to discover this again. I think that's kind of the theme right now, discovering and learning, but it's discovering these stories and how they connect into my life, because I don't sit down and talk to people this way about my career and my songs and how they're intertwined. So this has been just as enjoyable for me.
Where can people get a hold of you, and where can people find out more about you?
Well, if you like to stream music, you can find me on any of the major platforms. And there's all kinds of music across the board. And you can, any of the socials, it's just my name, Ryan Ennis. And be on the lookout for me playing shows locally here in Provo. And I think this next phase of life will have a lot more house shows.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of coming back to that, so I can actually meet people in person and still tour and still have it be in the intimate setting that I just think is way better for these kind of songs. And it's just, I'd love to see some people out when we start doing those.
I feel like we've had our own little house concert here, Reimy.
Yeah, we should have sold tickets.
We should have sold tickets. Well, thanks again for being on the show, Ryan.
Everybody, thank you so much for listening. I'm Reimy.
And I'm CJ.
And I'm Ryan.
Have a good night.